another episode of Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage. Today we are dealing with a Solido 1946 Chrysler Windsor. So, come along for the journey and I hope you enjoy it. Let's go over to my workbench and we'll have a closer look at her. Welcome to my little workbench, and as I said, we have a Solido Chrysler Windsor. It's a 1946 143 scale. Overall, it's in a not too bad a condition. Wheels are good. Here's a roller. It has a broken skirting board on this side. It's missing the front bumper. It is missing the headlights. Skirting board is intact on this side. The rear bumper is there, the rear taillights are there, the rear number plate is there. It does have a crack in the windscreen, in the rear screen. Windscreen is the front, of course. Gee, loose lips already into it. It didn't take long. But, I may leave it as it is. I may do something, make another screen. I have the ability to do it. I have confidence in myself. It looks like an army staff car, but we're going to retire it from the army. It is, by looks of things, missing a hood ornament, which I've only just discovered. The side windows look good. The windscreen itself looks alright. It is missing a wiper, windscreen wiper. But I'm sure we can do something about that. So, we have two screws down in the bottom to take this bad boy apart. So, let me get my tools ready and we shall disassemble. Catch you in a moment. And we're back. Alright, so let me get a container ready. See, I wasn't ready. A parts container, so we don't lose things. Fumble fingers might lose things. I don't. We'll just blame it on fumble fingers if we lose something. Alright, so screw base, nice. One screw. Does this mean that the car's screwed? There's a joke in there, Joyce. There's a real joke in there. But I don't know, Joyce. Alright, so just need a couple more threads, then Joyce will be happy. There you go, Joyce is screwed. And we're happy. Alright, from here we can lift up the base and the wheels and axles will come out. They are they're plastic wheels. We may keep them, we may not, if I have something appropriate size. We won't swap them over. Or the other thing we might do is, if we can, is to push out the centre hubs and repaint them. Don't know yet. We'll see how we go and see how difficult it is. It's a metal base, and I did a bit of work on it by using the scourer just to bring out the detail a little bit. But otherwise, I'm not touching the base. The next thing that comes off are the front and rear bumpers. That's the rear one, and that's what's left of the front one. Now these do have the axle holders in them. Get that into frame shot, the axle holders. But what I'm thinking of doing is making a copy of the rear bumper, so it goes onto the front. From the photos, there isn't that much difference, and because this is a scale model car or a representation, we should be able to get away with it. So we'll put their plastic. So we'll put them in the parts bucket. Running board. As you can see, one side's broken. Now what we might be able to do is make a copy of this side and fulfill that side, or we may just replace it with some cotter pin, or let's see if it, no, not quite big enough, some cotter or split pins. Haven't made my mind up yet. Thought process. Hopefully I don't have brain fade. Then again, that's another story in itself. Alright, interior. Comes out. Bench seat in the front. In the back, does have a steering wheel. The dash is, let's see if we can get it to see properly. The dash does have some details in it. So the interior's got to be painted. Again, this is plastic. We'll sort something out with that. Now comes the screen. As mentioned earlier, it's in okay condition. It's not too bad. It needs to be cleaned up, of course. We may cut this part of the screen, the rear screen, out. Because it's a deep scratch in there. It's actually cracked in the back there, so it's not a scratch, it's a straight crack. So what we may do is cut that screen out and make a UV resin copy. Of course, it's all feeling across the top there. I don't have to make a copy of the whole screen. Just need to make a copy of that back section and cut it into place. We'll see what happens with that. We have another piece for the windscreen, which is that chrome piece. As we take that out, this is the piece that holds the windscreen wiper. So we need to make something for this side to see if we can match something on that side. So I do have something in mind. I will put that aside. The front grille is plastic. and it is broken in that it should have the ribs come all the way around to the side. But that's only a clip in the place, so just give it a bit of a press and push, and the front grille comes out. As I said, this is plastic, so we'll see we can't make the arms. As you can see, the broken pieces on either side there, and we'll chrome that. And now we move on to the rear end. The tail lights should just push out. And they do. So that we don't lose them again, we'll throw them into our little bucket. We'll do the same on this side, or just give it a bit of a push. It comes out. Needs to be re-chromed. Come on, don't fumble fingers, don't lose it now. We'll put it in our parts. And the rear number plate holder comes up the same way as the front grille. It has a little tab that you push, and it should come out. Don't use that, let's use this. So we'll just push on the centre tab, and that brings it out. I need to take note see, fumble fingers. Good thing I have. It's a good thing I have a big belly. It catches everything. Now we need to take note that this is a handle to open the boot. That goes. It opens the boot, and that goes down to the bottom, facing the bumper. And this part here is on the top of the number plates. So again, that needs to be re-chromed, and we shall put that in it safely away, which gives us our casting, or what's left of it. It has a bit of a bump right here, so we'll need to sand that one down. And otherwise, we're there. So, what shall we do next? I'll leave you wondering for a moment. As we'll come back, you shall find out. Alright, so we have used aerosol can chrome to do the tail lights and the number plate, so that's about to dry. Put that to one side. We've also, if I can get this thing into the shot, we've made a wiper for there, and we've re-chromed the surround. So they're all things that need to dry, and we'll move on to something else. Oh, before I forget, the neat thing about this thing is, because we're painting the interior, is the dash actually pulls out. And then the steering wheel pulls out as well. So if I can take it off the front part, and like everything else, when you're off camera everything works. When you're on camera we get fumble fingers. We are by, there they are. Sorry for the knocking, there we go. There's the hole there for the connecting for the steering arm. So we shall put that in a safe place, which of course is the dash, and we can get on to doing something with the interior. And now we can easily detail this steering wheel and the steering column. The steering column I'll probably make black. Not that you're going to see it, but we'll do a little bit of extra. Alright. Fumble fingers. Put that aside so you don't spill, so you don't drop it. Alright, so we can either do the moulding of that. Yeah, I think we might do a mould of that. And we'll come back shortly. Just a gentle reminder as to what I started with on this Solido 1946 Chrysler Windsor. Here we are. Now, here is our Solido 1946 Chrysler Windsor. Now, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties with YouTube, we've missed out on showing you some items that we did with it, but I'll explain them to you what we've done. As you can see, it is now a two-tone, and you should see photos that inspired me to paint this colour. Now, when we received it, we saw in the previous shot that the front bumper was missing, the front grille was missing its ribs. They've been replaced. The running boards was broken. We've replaced them in that we made using cotter or split pins. We've made the running boards. We've made a new front bumper. And I've only realised now that the front bumper is upside down. So we'll rectify that off camera and put it the right way. We've repainted the hubs. We put a hood ornament back on. We've repainted the rear bumper, tail lights, number plate. We've put in rhinestones for headlights and also for the tail lights. That's not all that we've done. We've done a little bit more in that. We've chromed the strip. We've scratched off the bottom strip by the rear wheel arches, and if you look carefully up here, the windscreen, we've reattached or remade the windscreen wipers for this stuff. Unfortunately, I apologise that the footage that's missing on this, but we'll have to work around it again. At a later date, I'll work on putting on the sun visor and a roof rack, like you've seen in the photos that inspired me with it. again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I like making them. Alright, thank you very much again. Closing as well as I can start. Bye.